Full field rundown, Stephen Foster, let's go.
Trust the Profits is proud to be sponsored by Game of Silks. Go to silks.io to get in the game. Real ownership, real races, real rewards.
Trust the Profits. It is the formula here. We're doing a full field rundown of the Stephen Foster 2024 style. And I am at one of my favorite places, what's this place called again? Oh, yeah, the Global Brew Tap House in Schaumburg, Illinois. There's plenty of them around, and I love to record here because it is just so much fun to have a beer and record with you guys and talk about some horse racing. June 29, 2024. We're on a G1 for $1 million. Churchill Downs, 9 furlongs on dirt. Got a field of 9, and I've got some loud stuff in back of me all of a sudden. How did that happen? Anyway, let's move on and talk about Pyrenees. Pyrenees has 4 wins in 8 races, the last 4 races, in fact. 4 wins in a row, including the Pimlico Special Stakes, which is a G3, winner of a 9.5 furlong race. So the horse can go the distance. Um, Sitting 2 lengths back most of the race, closing out to beat Kingsbarns by 3/4 of a length in that one. Before that, won another 9 furlong race, this time 120 allowance optional claimer at Keeneland, going gate to wire in that one. A horse that likes to sit close to the pace, which is common of the horses in this race. We don't have a whole lot of closers. It's a lot of very close to the pace or pace setters. Yeah, Pyrenees is probably one of the newer horses, one of the ones we know the least about. Only 8 races to his name, but the last 4 have been strong. Next up, First Mission, a horse that we do know a lot about. Only 8 races to his name, but feels like he's been around for a while. Brad Cox uses him sparingly. He uses him with precision. 5 wins in those 8 races, 2 second-place finishes. Uncharacteristic 9th-place finish at the Pegasus, not far from the lead. Just didn't show much down the stretch there. That's his only out-of-the-money showing. But previously, right, we've got the Elishiba Stakes going 8.5 furlongs in that one, 2 lengths off the lead, closing to beat T.O. St. Denis by 4 lengths in that one. Winner of the Essex handicap at Oak Lawn, going 9 furlongs in that one, sitting 1 length off of the lead, beating War Campaign by 5 lengths. This is a horse that sits close to the pace, has a heavy close, and can really knock it down during the stretch. We even saw that in his 3-year-old year in some of the races that he was running in there. A pace pusher from Brad Cox, got Florent Giraud on the mount there. Crazy things happen. Happy American, 29 races, only 5 wins in that time. 5 races, 2/3 in 2024. This is a horse, as of late, has not looked as good as he did in some previous years. Third at Churchill Downs and an allowance optional claimer, 2 lengths behind Everso Mischievous. Everso. Yeah, I tried. Last place, 9th in the Ben Ali Stakes, well behind Kingsbarns in that one. 7th at the New Orleans Classic, sitting in 9th place for most of it. Moved up 2 spots, but again, not making a big stink of it. Uh, Best race of the year was 3rd-place finish, Louisiana Stakes. It was also a small field, though, so hitting the board at third. He was also third worst horse in the race, fourth worst horse in the race. Anyway, Happy American, not high on him. Insta scratch for me. Insta toss. Moving on, we've got Disarm. Wish I had myself a Smashing Pumpkins drop here for Disarm. 3 wins in 10 races. Hits the board nicely, 80% of the time. Winner of a 4-horse allowance optional claimer, 1.5 length win over on the stage in that one. At the Travers, 2nd-place finish there to Arcangelo, only 1 length off of Arcangelo. Pretty impressive there. And 4th place at the Jim Dandy, but let's not forget who was in the Jim Dandy finishing ahead of him. Forte, as well as Saudi Crown, as well as Angel of Empire in that race finishing ahead of him. And he's only 2.25 lengths off of Forte. Very impressive. Disarm, I'm pretty high on, to be honest with you. All right, moving on, we've got the Todd Pletcher entry in this race. 9 races, only 1 win for Dreamlike, but 5 times hit in place. That's 4 times getting 2nd place. Third place, most recently in the G3 Blame Stakes, 3 lengths off of Highland Falls in that one. Did have an eighth place finish, was entered into the BC Classic, 8 lengths behind White Abario on that one. So fine to enter him. Was not exactly the best place for Dreamlight necessarily, or wasn't exactly up to the class of White Abario and others. Second place finish in the G1 Penn Derby, going 9 furlongs in that one, finishing only half of a length. Yeah, more beer. Only half of a length behind Saudi Crown in that one. Before that, a fifth place finish behind Magic Tap in a 150K allowance race, 13 lengths behind Never a Factor. Not Todd Pletcher's best entry, in my opinion. Definitely one that you can look to cross out. Classic Causeway 2022 seems so long ago for Classic Causeway. A horse that was on the Derby Trail was dominating the Tampa Bay Downs scene. Classic Causeway was back in the day, and hasn't really shown a whole lot lately, especially in 2024. Fourth place in allowance optional claimer at CD, which shows you how the mighty have fallen. Scheduled for turf, finishing 10 lengths behind 5-star General in that one. Scheduled for turf, went dirt. Not great. Fifth place at the Isaac Murphy Marathon Overnight Stakes, 19 lengths behind next in that one. His best showing, hasn't had a big one since March of last year, 2023, in the Essex Handicap, where he was second place behind Last Samurai. But again, we're talking more than a year and a half ago, just about, for Classic Causeway. So it's going to be hard to get on top of this one. Classic Causeway used to be a truck out there, but yeah, it's hard to get on top of them now. Kingsbarns, Kingsbarns, 5 wins and 8 races for Kingsbarns. Hitting the board for first or second place 7 out of 8 times. Second at the Pimlico Stakes, 3/4 lengths behind Pyrenees in that one, as we talked about already, after stalking the pace set by Harlecap in that one. First at the Ben Ali Stakes, slowly moving up from fourth place in that one, taking over down the stretch, beating War Campaign by 3 lengths. Similar running style, I would say, to First Mission. Stalks the pace, maybe even sets the pace at his best. Has a nice kick down this stretch to really stretch out those lengths. Only time not placing, getting some noise there, was the 2023 Kentucky Derby, where he was sitting in second for most of the race, but ended up in 14th, as do horses who often sit in second place at the Kentucky Derby. Um, Sorry, this is the second Todd Pletcher. I mentioned Dreamlike before, but this is the second Todd Pletcher entry here. Steel Sunshine. Competing with some noise here. Steel Sunshine, horse that few people know about, or at least not as well known about as Kingsbarns, First Mission, etc. Fourth at the Ali Sheba Stakes, closing from eighth, but still 4 lengths behind First Mission in that one. Was at the Ghost Zapper at G3, finished third there, closing from sixth to finish 1 length off of Il Miracolo. This is one of your closers here. So I said there's not too many deep closers. Steel Sunshine is really the deep closer in this race. So if you're looking for a closer who might take advantage of a lot of that pace that could be setting up here, Steel Sunshine is your horse. First place at the Gulfstream Park Mile Stakes, presented by Jack Christopher G2. I just love that name. Closing from fourth to beat Tumba Roomba by 1 length in that one, trained by Bobby DeBona and run by Paco Lopez, the jockey here. What else we got going? Skippy Longstocking, you want to talk pace? We got your pace setter right here. Most likely it's going to be Skippy Longstocking. 8 wins in 23 races, and as of late has looked better and better. This is a horse that just keeps improving for Saffy Joseph Jr., winner of the Oaklawn Handicap, stalking the pace and beating Highland Falls by 2 lengths in that one. Winner of the Michelob Ultra Challenger, going 8.5 furlongs in that one. Stalking Impacto and beating Sherlock's Jewels by 2 lengths. At the Pegasus, though, did not finish. Pulled up in that one. After competing for a while, did not finish. Tyler Gaffleone had to, I think, walk the horse off there. Good to know that he's okay, though. Faded to third in the BC Dirt Mile after pushing the pace. and 3/4 lengths behind Cody's Wish in that one. First Mission, I believe, got second place in that one. So third place in the BC Dirt Mile that year. Yeah, no shame in that. I mean, this is a really strong horse here. Been getting better and better. Skippy, long stocking, could be your pace setter, and definitely a threat to win. What else we got going on here? We've got the end. Yeah, so I don't have to compete with Taylor Swift anymore. So my safe play here is First Mission. I think that goes without saying. First Mission, and I think Skippy Longstocking. I don't have the odds yet, the morning line odds, but I think those two are probably going to end up taking most of the money here. Maybe Kings Barnes as well. It should be an interesting race in terms of who's going to take the money here. I think First Mission's going to get it, but there's going to be plays for a couple other horses here, and that's why I think you might be getting some value from Disarm. Disarm is a horse that is running some serious races. Maybe doesn't have the win percentage that a couple of these other ones do, but he's not far off either. And this is a horse that hits the board quite often. I do like Disarm here a lot. So if you're going to play a key, I think First Mission's always there. So you got to key First Mission. Disarm because that's my value play, putting him second. Skippy Longstocking going to set the pace, going to hold on strong, and then you got to add in Kings Barnes. I mean, the one horse here that I think is going to be tough to leave off. We talked about Pyrenees, but I mean, we go back a couple steps here. I talked about Steel Sunshine. Don't want to look at that photo very long. Steel Sunshine is the toughest one for me to leave off here. Not well known. That's why it's easy for me to leave him off here. Has not done as much as these other horses here. That's why it's not as well known. But due to his racing style and him being a closer, if there is a big, huge Kentucky Derby style push on the pace, to where these horses are running a blistering half mile number, that favors a horse like Steel Sunshine. So I'm leaving him off because I think he's outclassed here. But yeah, I'm just going to throw it out there. First Mission, Disarm, Skippy Longstock, and Kings Barnes. That's what I got for the Stephen Foster. I'm going to let these people have their fun here. I'm doing some trivia night, so I don't have to compete with the microphones. Don't know if you heard, hope you didn't. But good luck to you.